In this series, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to strip away all the complexity and hard graft and teach you how to cook amazing food standing on your head. That is amazing, incredibly tender. From the kitchen novice to the budding chef, I'm going to give you the confidence, the recipes and the insider knowledge to make you a much better cook. Slice round, wasting nothing.
I made my name cooking in some of the world's most demanding kitchens.
Nice. You make it when was it full service?
In my restaurants, I expect perfection. Every plate has to be worthy of a Michelin star.
And every time you make that, taste it as well. Every day it changes.
Now, I'm going to show you some simple and accessible recipes for fantastic food that you can easily cook at home.
Incredible.
I'll be holding you by the hand,
Just getting better and better and better.
teaching you everything from incredible stress-free dishes, real fast food, and my ultimate feast recipes.
This is the only cookery course you'll ever need.
Welcome to my ultimate cookery course.
Packed with cooking tips, information, and 100 recipes to stake your life on.
Right, this is more ultimate food on a budget. Vegetables are such an asset in the kitchen. Healthy, fantastically fresh, and incredibly versatile. And pound for pound, they're so much cheaper than fish or meat. Just make sure you give them plenty of attitude. My first recipe is so quick and easy, but seriously impressive and deceptively cheap. Homemade gnocchi.
Making your gnocchi is so simple to do, yet the results are absolutely stunning. And it's a great way of using up leftover baked potatoes. You can make gnocchi just with flour and eggs. However, the potato gives it that nice, light, sort of creamy, fluffy texture. Just cut them in half. Take your spoon and scoop the inside of those potatoes.
I'm using leftover baked potatoes, but this really works as well with leftover boiled potatoes.
Two choices. You can get a fork and sort of mash the potato and get it nice and light and fluffy, or this little gadget, it's called a ricer. I suppose it's a posh word for a potato masher. Just squeeze gently. You can see how nice and light it is, almost like fluffy little strands of potato. You can do this when the potatoes are hot. It'll go through the ricer so much quicker. Just slice that off there. Now, a nice spoon of ricotta in. A little touch of salt and pepper. It's really important to season the mixture as we go along, otherwise the gnocchi becomes really bland. Flour over the ricotta, sieved so there's no lumps. One delicious egg. Give that a little whisk. Now, make a little well in the centre. You want a nice, soft, pliable ball of dough. Give that a really good mix. Get some thyme flowers in there. And this thyme is light, fragrant, and it's just a really nice herb. And with the ricotta, it tastes brilliant. Just pick the little tips of the thyme flowers.
Next, flour your hands generously and knead the mixture into a dough.
Fold in and push. And basically what it's doing is get it nice and smooth. As it starts to get a little bit wet, then just add a little touch of flour. But we want something really nice and soft. Now, don't overwork it. It stops the gnocchi from expanding when it hits the pan. That's exactly what I want. A nice, sort of soft, fragrant ball. Cut the ball in half. Lightly flour the hands and just roll it gently. And just think of a big, long cigar. The mixture will start getting a little bit sort of wetter, but do not add lots of flour. Now, lightly flour the knife, so when you slice the gnocchi, it doesn't stick.
Cut the dough into bite-sized pieces.
Just take your finger, dip it in the flour, and push down. Why? I want my gnocchi to look like a pillow. And for me, the most important part there is that not one of them are identically the same shape. Water on. Bring it up to the boil. A little touch of olive oil in there. Lightly flour your hand. Lift up the gnocchi into the rolling boiling water. Turn that pan to stop them from sticking at the bottom and let them simmer. And they start to sort of tell you they're cooked when they start floating. Get a pan on, get that nice and hot. Now they're just starting to come up to the top, and you can continue cooking them like that. I like blanching them in the water, taking them out, and then frying them.
To study the gnocchi, heat olive oil in a frying pan.
Gently lift up and look. They've doubled in size. Drain it. Get rid of the excess water and straight in to the hot pan. This is where they start to take on a completely different texture. Nice crisp, sautéed texture on the outside. Gnocchi loves fresh pepper, so pepper in. And you'll see, as I start turning them, got this really nice little sort of brown colour. And they're almost popping up now, like little parcels. So I want them nice and sautéed, both sides, but light and creamy in the centre. Fresh garden peas in. And the butter gives it that really nice sort of beurre noisette flavour on the end. Beautiful. Put a little bit of fresh thyme over the peas. And then finally, I want to lift it up. Fresh lemon. Zest the lemon over. So, smells incredible. And then finally, seal the deal with a touch of grated Parmesan cheese.
Give your veg some attitude, and you'll get amazingly elegant dishes on a budget that are always guaranteed to impress. What more do you want from great cooking? Cheap to make, easy to cook, and absolutely stunning. Cooking great food doesn't mean you have to spend a fortune on fancy equipment. Get some basic essentials, and you'll be set in the kitchen.
Saucepans. I mean, basically, you don't need a collection of 10. All you need really is 2. A medium-sized one, followed by a large one.
A small pan's great for sauces, heating liquids or rice, whereas your large pan gives you space, perfect for pastas, stews, or when you're cooking in bulk, which keeps costs down. Made from copper to stainless steel. Find what's right for you and always get a lid, which helps heat the pan up as quickly as possible.
And the secret behind a great saucepan is the heavier the bottom, the more heat it will conduct. The thinner the bottom, the more chance you've got actually burning your food.
Buy the best saucepans you can afford. Take good care of them and they'll last you years, saving you money in the long run.
Amazing recipes don't necessarily have to include meat. Cooking vegetarian dishes will reduce your food bills without compromising on taste and flavour.
Here are 3 more recipes to satisfy even the keenest carnivore, like me, that will max out on veg and won't break the bank. Starting with spicy black beans with feta and avocado. First, in a pan, heat olive oil. Add chopped onion and fry until soft. Then finely slice garlic and chili. Add cumin, cinnamon and black beans, then combine. Cook together until deliciously soft. These small beans come dried or in tins and are a great cheap ingredient to make dishes more substantial. To serve, dollop the black bean mixture on crunchy tortillas. Top with cubed ripe avocado, chopped fresh coriander and crumbled salty feta cheese. Spicy black beans with feta and avocado, a dish that's filling, frugal and tastes fantastic. My next great veg recipe is leek and Gruyere rosti with fried eggs. In a hot pan, sweat shredded leeks along with a knob of butter and season. Next, grate parboiled potatoes and Gruyere, a hard Swiss cheese with a great nutty flavour. Then combine with the softened leeks. In a pan, heat oil and a little butter. Spoon in the potato, leek and cheese mix. Cook gently until golden and crisp underneath. Then slide onto a plate, flip over and return to the pan to finish cooking. Finally, for the perfect topping, fry 2 eggs and place them on top of the rosti. Top with fresh tarragon. Leek and Gruyere rosti with fried eggs, a simple but substantial dish that makes the most of hearty root veg. A dish that takes as much time to write on a blackboard as it does to cook. Chickpea, cumin and spinach koftas with tahini dressing. In a blender, put tinned chickpeas, cumin seeds, paprika and turmeric and blitz to a paste. Next, wilt spinach in olive oil and chop finely. Then add to the chickpea mixture. Sprinkle in gram flour, made from finely ground chickpeas, then shape golf ball-sized chunks of the mixture using a spoon and rest in the fridge. When ready to cook, heat oil in a frying pan. Shallow fry the koftas until golden brown on all sides. Then rest them on kitchen paper to absorb any excess oil. For an easy dipping sauce, mix yogurt with a dollop of tahini and a squeeze of lemon. Then stir in freshly chopped coriander. A mouth-watering dish that's perfect for sharing. Chickpea, cumin and spinach koftas with tahini dressing. Three amazing recipes with fantastic veg. Proof that even if you're cooking on a budget, you can still eat like a king.
Incredible.
Coming up on my ultimate guide to cooking on a budget, how to get the most from your ingredients.
There's a lot of flavour in the skin, so don't worry about peeling the fruit.
All about shopping for perfect potatoes.
Cook them simply, proper flavours. It doesn't get any better.
And a delicious apple dish to stake your life on.
And look at it. A delicious but very simple crumble. Beautiful.
Welcome back to my ultimate cookery course. This is how to cook amazing food on a budget.
Next up, my guide to getting the best ingredients for your money. My shopping mantra is simple. First, rely on your senses. Make sure, whatever you're buying, that it looks, smells and really feels good. Second is to recognise that knowledge is crucial. The more you know personally about where your ingredients are from and how they're produced, the better. So, don't be scared. Ask lots of questions and learn.
And when it comes to buying potatoes, a great ingredient if you're cooking on a budget. One greengrocer who can always spot a dud spud is Borough Market royalty, Fred Foster.
It's all about flavour. It's all about choosing the right variety for the right dish.
He's been selling top quality veg for over 15 years and really knows his King Edwards from his Duke of Yorks.
Basically, there's two types of potatoes. There's early season and a main crop potato. Early season is basically around about May time. You can't store them. They cannot be stored. You have to buy them and use them within 2 to 3 days. When you're buying an early season potato, you must avoid green-looking potatoes at all costs. It really is important. And the way you can tell that is if you just brush the potato, the skin comes off really, really easy. And then you want a yellowy or whitey looking potato. The new season potato is a superb potato to use.
New season types include Rocket, Home Guard and Maris Bard, but my favourite is the classic Jersey Royal. It has a delicate sweet flavour, it's packed with vitamin C and is great in salads or simply boiled and mixed with olive oil and fresh mint.
Jersey potatoes, early crop, are phenomenal. Look at that. Keep the skin on, it's really important. Just wash it, boil it. It's a beautiful, beautiful potato, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, I know it's a potato, I know it's a bit sad, but we're talking about flavour. Right, then what is a main crop potato? It's the crop that is grown specifically for 9 months of the year use. When you're looking at a main crop potato, you need to see that the eyes aren't too large because they tend to go right through the potato. They've got to be firm. It's very, very important. If a potato in any way feels a little bit soft, discard it. Storage-wise, dark place, cool place, dry place. And that will last till you eat it. Simple as that.
Both early season and main crop potatoes come in two main types, waxy and floury. Waxy potatoes have a smooth, dense flesh, and because they're low in starch, they stay firm when cooked. Types include Anya and Pink Fir, but I love Charlotte, which has an amazing buttery taste and are great sautéed in stews or served whole with roast chicken. Floury potatoes have a fluffy, dry texture when cooked, which makes them great for mashing, roasting, or cutting into chips. Types include King Edward, whose smooth, creamy flesh is perfect for potato gratins or with rich meats like beef, and Desiree, which have an amazing red skin and are great for baking or as delicious potato wedges. Old-fashioned types, known as heritage potatoes, are now widely available and have fantastic colours and distinctive tastes that are great when you want something different.
This one's called Salad Blue. When you cut it, you then see the most amazing colour. And it's perfect, it looks stunning on the plate. are really popular. It's so important when you're going out to pick your potatoes, you already know in advance what you're going to do with that potato. So whether you're going to put it in a salad, whether it's a masher or a chipper, or even a baking potato, each variety has a unique flavour.
Fred's spot on. Whether new season, main crop, waxy or flowery, potatoes are incredibly versatile and packed with great flavour, the perfect ingredient when you're cooking on a budget.
Well, how much do I love potatoes? Well, cook them simply, proper flavours. It doesn't get any better, really.
Like all chefs, for me there's nothing better than seasonal produce at its peak. When fruit and veg is fresh, in season and fantastically ripe, I can't wait to get back in the kitchen. To get the most out of your cooking, always use ingredients in their prime. My next recipe is a proper British classic that's super simple to cook and costs next to nothing. A delicious apple crumble.
Crumbles are the perfect way to use fruit when it's in season. There's lots of it about, it's nice and cheap, but most importantly, the fruit's at its absolute best. First off, I'm gonna make a really nice light caramel. Pan on, nice and low. Grate 2 apples. And this helps to almost sort of pure the apple so much quicker. There's a lot of flavour in the skin, so don't worry about peeling the fruit. Whether it's pears, plums, peaches, the flavour's in the skin. Nice. To start the caramel, a couple of tablespoons of sugar. The sugar helps to get rid of the tartness in the apple. A touch of cinnamon. That starts to make it a little spicy. Open up your vanilla and just scrape out all those seeds. Now this just makes it light and fragrant. All those seeds in to the sugar.
When making caramel, be patient and always swirl the dish instead of stirring it. When the sugar goes brown, add the apple.
That starts to sort of cool down the caramel, but it gives it a really nice sort of caramelized puree. Apple's almost disintegrating. Smells incredible. Turn the gas down. Slice up 2 apples. It's a crumble that's got no frills. Straightforward, no faffing around, no peeling of the skin. I want them to sort of stand out from the caramel. Apples in. Now those nice thick chunks of apple are sort of almost bedding itself into the puree. Dried cranberries gives it that nice sort of shock in the texture. Sweet and chewy. I want it to sort of taste zesty, spicy, so sit the lemon zest on top of your apples and cranberry. Fresh lemon juice over. And that just gives that extra acidic kick. Takes the cranberries, the apples, the caramel, and the cinnamon to another level. Turn the gas off. Just let that sit. And let's concentrate on the crumble. Flour in. A couple of tablespoons of demerara sugar. Sugar helps to get the topping nice and crispy. Butter in. Give that a nice little sort of rub. What we're looking for is like a breadcrumb mixture. Lightly season it with a touch of cinnamon. And the demerara sugar sort of helps to get a nice fine crumble mix, and it stops the butter from sort of melting in that flour. So that's the basic crumble mix, but I'm not finished yet. Muesli. 2/3 crumble, 1/3 muesli. Mix that in.
If you haven't got muesli, then crunchy granola works brilliantly too.
Lovely. Now, start off in the centre and work your way around. I want the crispiness on the top, the puree on the bottom with the caramel, and then the texture in the centre. A good tip, turn the gas back on. I want it bubbling before it goes in the oven, because then you've just got to cook the top. So as soon as you see that caramel starting to bubble down the side, in she goes. Let's go.
Bake at 200 degrees Celsius for 12 to 14 minutes until golden brown.
Smells amazing. Beautiful. Still bubbling. And look at it. A delicious but very simple crumble with apples at their absolute best. Beautiful. Next, my tricks of the trade and kitchen tips.
First up, cooking pasta. A great budget basic to keep in the cupboard.
It can be easily undercooked or overcooked. Here's how to do it properly. First, water in, nice large pan to make sure the pasta's got sufficient room to cook evenly. Nicely seasoned, absolutely crucial. Olive oil in, that stops the pasta from sticking together. Bring it up to the boil. That's a rolling boil. The secret there, it stops the pasta from sticking together and it gently rolls it around. Now, this is angel pasta, nice thin pasta, takes 3.5 to 4 minutes. So, into the pan, as it hits the water, it melts, and then you turn it round. Tongs, as that starts to melt, gently twist that into the pan, bring it back up to the boil. If you're bad at timing, then set a timer. Beautiful. To test it, lift a little strand. You can actually feel it with your fingers. It's still nice and firm. Al dente. Not a bite, not a strong bite, but just really nice and firm inside. Definitely not crunchy. And then, into a colander, drain the pasta. In a light seasoning, salt and pepper, a tablespoon of olive oil. Mix that through. That stops it from sticking together. And look, there you go. Beautiful pasta, al dente. Cooked perfectly.
A tip for making the most of spare bread: blitz leftovers into breadcrumbs, great for stuffing or crab cakes, or cut into chunks and freeze for perfect croutons on demand, or simply tear and use in a delicious rustic salad. Dried pulses like chickpeas or lentils are great for soups and stews and cost pennies, but don't season them until the end of the cooking or the salt makes them go tough. For perfect boiled potatoes, always start them off in cold water and never boiling water. This way, by the time the centres of the potatoes are cooked, the outside won't be falling apart. And when you're cooking potatoes, always cook extra, so there's leftovers. They're fantastic to have on hand for making my delicious gnocchi and potato rusties or a classic bubble and squeak. Follow my ultimate cookery course, packed with key lessons, top tips, and 100 recipes to stake your life on, and you'll literally be cooking yourself into a better chef. To collect selected recipes from the show, go to my scrapbook at channel4.com/Gordon. Go on, get cooking. Next time, my ultimate guide to stress-free cooking, more great kitchen tips.
With the skin being removed from underneath the salmon, the pin bones come out a lot easier.
How to shop for the very best pork.
With a pig, there really is nothing to waste. The trotters even are really good flavour.
And more magnificent recipes you can stake your life on.
Wow, they smell incredible. Beautiful.
What do we actually stuff in our gobs? Difficult to swallow secrets are revealed in Food Unwrapped tonight at 8. Next though, here on 4, it's Come Dine With Me.